Our last candidate that we're interviewing is Alex Shami. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tonight, we have 15 minutes to interview you. Everyone was given 15 minutes, so...
Maybe I need less than that.
Okay, whatever. You can take less than that, certainly. We'll ask you 6 questions. We'll go around the board asking questions. I'll start with the first question. If there is time left over at the end, you're welcome to make a closing statement.
Good.
Okay, so the first question is, why are you interested in serving on the Board of Trustees at this time? Do you have the time and commitment to serve on the P12 and HFC boards?
Sure. This is a good question. I just became a retired professor, and I have the time, and I have the effort. I know the issue of this board. I served in this board for 6 years before. Still see some familiar faces. And I think there is a lot of issues that I can be involved in, and I hopefully can have the answer for, because these issues are tough. Nobody is talking about them, despite the fact that I'm very proud of Edsel High School's episode and their success. But there is a big, huge problem called the addiction and the drugs in the city, not just the schools. And this issue is very dangerous. I work with His Eminence, the Ayatollah Berry, and we're forming a committee to address this issue because we have a funeral house there, and you will be amazed how many people are dying, nobody talking about them. So this issue will be one of my targets. The other issue is the quality of education, because there'll be no education without reading and reading and reading and writing. Then the other disciplines will follow. So I will work closely in that issue, the quality of education.
Trustee Thorpe.
What specific skills or qualifications do you believe that you could bring to the Board of Trustees?
I've been in the board before, and I was a middle school teacher in Detroit, and I was very successful. I'm proud of my record. Became a high school teacher in Detroit, and then I became a full professor at Wayne County Community College. So I work with cross-cultural, and I have the discipline from the Army, and through that discipline I can work with anybody, everywhere, anywhere.
Dr. Mead?
Oh, I'm sorry. How do you see the role and responsibilities of a member of the Board of Trustees?
It's a tough job. It involves a lot of culture and a lot of politics and a lot of patience, and it needs a lot of knowledge. So I was there for 6 years, and I learned. And after that, I wasn't successful to get reelected because of the politics between the east side of Dearborn and the west side of Dearborn. And so I couldn't come back on the election. Then after that, I left to Arabia. I taught in a very famous universities there. Then after that, I went to Lebanon, and I taught in a very respectable university in Lebanon. So these experience from the high school teacher in Detroit, first the Army. The Army taught me the discipline, and thanks to the Army that I survived a lot of things. Then middle school teacher, and then high school teacher, then the college. Wayne County Community College is a very multicultural college. So I learned at those places, and I think I got my discipline too.
Thank you.
Okay. How do you envision becoming a productive, contributing member of the existing governance team? 6 current board trustees and the superintendent and college president.
Well, that will be based on respect for each and every member of the board and the administration, teachers, and the respect for their position and the cooperation with them. It's essential. It's not a Mickey Mouse job. You just come and attend the meeting and go home. It's a tough position, and I know it. I served there, and I learned from that time, and I grew up after that. Of course, the cooperation and respect is the first things to be done.
Final question. Given that both Dearborn Public Schools and Henry Ford College share a common board of trustees, what unique challenges and/or opportunities do you believe are created by this relationship? How do you see, and the second part of the question is basically, how do you see the two institutions collaborating on behalf of the students and the community?
Well, I was on the board, and people ask me, because this is the only board have both the school and the community college. And I always answer them that the schools comes to the college after that, and the college complete the school, so we complete each other. Of course, it's unique, but it is essential. I was enjoying being in the both boards, and we, at that time, with Marilyn and others of the board at that time, we introduced the high school courses while you will be in high school and take it to the college. Take courses in the high school and will be counted as a community college credit. And yes, I see them as they complete each other.
Well, thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate your application for the open position. If you would like, you have 8 minutes remaining, 8 minutes, 20 seconds, if you'd like to make a closing statement.
Yes. One of the issue is if I will become a member of this board again, I will be addressed the fact that Ford Motor Company, the executive there and the high employees, they don't send them their kids to our schools, to our public school. And I will address that issue, and I will see why. They think, I don't know how they look at our quality of education. It's very important that we work with Henry Ford. Henry Ford is this city, and thanks to Henry Ford that we are in this city. So this issue will be one of the 2 major and most important issue. The drugs, because the drugs we working with the congregation, and I noticed that a city by itself cannot address this problem. We are communicating and cooperating with the county, and we're involving the county, and we are going to involve the state. The 3 of us will be lucky to address this issue, the drugs issue. But Henry Ford is more important than anything else, in my opinion, to involve them, to see what's the problem and correct these problems with them. This will be the issue. I will be uniquely working on them on that particular part.
Okay. Thank you for coming this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.